Have you ever woken up, stretched your arms, and thought to yourself, why does my back feel the worst in the morning? A patient of mine once shared something that stayed with me. She said, I wake up every single day feeling like my back is locked up, as if someone tightened a knot while I slept. And I want you to imagine this for a moment. You open your eyes, sunlight is coming through the window, you try to roll out of bed, and suddenly you feel a stiffness that wasn't there years ago. It makes you pause. It makes you wonder what changed. For so many adults over 60, this moment is more common than you would ever expect. The morning should feel refreshing, but instead, it becomes the part of the day when your back feels the heaviest and most uncomfortable. And deep down, you may be asking yourself the same question my patient asked me. Why does back pain always seem to strike the hardest the moment we wake up? That one question opens the door to something incredibly important. Morning back pain isn't random, and it isn't a sign that your body is giving up. There is a real understandable reason behind it. After decades of working with seniors, I've seen the same pattern again and again. Overnight, the muscles in your back stiffen because they're not moving. Your spinal discs lose a bit of hydration and shrink slightly while you sleep. Circulation slows down. And if your sleep posture isn't ideal, your spine may spend hours in a position that increases pressure without you even knowing. But here's the hopeful part. When we understand what's happening inside the body, we gain the power to change it. One simple morning stretch can help rehydrate the discs, wake up the supporting muscles, improve circulation, and release that tightness that builds overnight. It's gentle. It's safe. And for many seniors, the relief is almost immediate. In today's video, I'm going to show you the exact stretch that helps back pain vanish fast, along with the simple science behind why it works. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share how a few small morning habits can completely transform the way your back feels for the rest of the day. If you find this helpful, be sure to subscribe to Senior Health Daily so we can continue this journey toward healthier, stronger mornings together. Why morning back pain happens. Morning back pain has a way of slipping into your life quietly. It doesn't arrive with drama or warning. It simply shows up one day when you try to rise from bed, and suddenly your back feels like it doesn't belong to you anymore. I often tell my patients that the mornings reveal what the nights have been hiding. And the night, as gentle as it seems, is actually when the spine becomes most vulnerable. For hours while you sleep, your muscles stop moving. They settle into stillness. And muscles are not designed for long periods of stillness. They tighten, they shorten, they grip. That's why so many people say the first few steps in the morning feel stiff or uncertain. The body needs motion to stay supple, and during sleep, that motion falls silent. Your spinal discs also change overnight. These discs are like tiny water cushions between the bones of your spine. During the day, gravity gently compresses them. At night, without movement, they lose even more hydration. They become slightly thinner and less flexible. That small shrinkage increases pressure on the nerves and joints around them, and you feel it the moment you try to stand upright. Circulation also slows significantly while you sleep. Less blood flow means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reaching the spine. This sluggish circulation leaves the tissues around your lower back colder, tighter, and more sensitive when you first wake. The body needs a moment to warm back up, to invite the blood to flow again. Sleep posture adds another layer to this story. Whether you sleep on your side, your back, or your stomach, the position of your spine matters. If your pillow is too high, your neck and upper back twist. If your hips sink into the mattress, your lower back arches for hours. If you sleep curled tightly on your side, your spine may be bent slightly out of alignment. None of these positions cause immediate pain, but when repeated over years, they create patterns of tension that show up sharply in the morning. Then there are the natural changes that come with age. The core muscles that stabilize your spine weaken if they're not used regularly. The ligaments that help support your back become less elastic. The body loses some of its natural flexibility, and inflammation becomes more common. Many seniors experience inflammation peaks overnight, so the first moments of the morning feel especially tender. All these elements come together in a simple truth. The spine is most fragile during the first 20 minutes after waking. It needs gentle care, not sudden bending or twisting. And once you understand this, you begin to see why a morning stretch can make such a dramatic difference. Before we explore that stretch, let's talk about why it works so incredibly fast. Why one simple morning stretch works so fast. When seniors first hear that a single gentle stretch can make their back pain fade almost instantly, many look at me with a mixture of curiosity and doubt. They say, "Doctor, are you sure something so simple can really help?" And I always smile, because after decades of working with older adults, I've watched this stretch work again and again. It's not magic, it's the science of the body finally getting what it has been waiting for all night. Remember how we talked about your muscles tightening and your discs losing hydration while you sleep? Think of your spine as a system that has been paused for hours. When you first wake up, everything is stiff, compressed, and sleepy. The morning stretch acts like the body's natural restart button. The moment you lift your arms or lengthen your back, circulation begins to increase. Blood flow warms the tissues, brings oxygen into the muscles, and hydrates the discs. Those stiff, dry areas suddenly receive a flush of nourishment. And like a sponge absorbing water after being dry, your spine begins to expand, soften, and loosen. That alone creates a noticeable change within seconds. The stretch also releases tight muscles in the lower back, glutes, and hips. These areas work together like a team. When one becomes tight, the others compensate, and the entire system strains. A gentle morning stretch relaxes the tension that built up overnight and allows the muscles to work in harmony again. It is almost like giving your back permission to move freely. Another powerful effect is how the stretch unlocks the joints in your spine. During sleep, the small joints around the vertebrae can become slightly stuck or compressed. When you stretch slowly and intentionally, you create space between the bones, reducing pressure on nerves that were irritated moments earlier. This is why many seniors feel a sudden release, almost like a sigh of relief traveling down their back. And there is something even more important. A morning stretch resets your posture for the entire day. After hours of curling or twisting while sleeping, your spine needs a gentle reminder of where its natural alignment is. When you stretch upward, lengthen your torso, and open your chest, you realign the spine in its healthiest position. This reduces strain for the rest of the day and prevents the pain from returning as quickly. I've seen so many seniors experience quick improvement simply by adding this one habit. One woman in her 70s told me that she had resigned herself to painful mornings for the rest of her life. But after practicing this stretch every morning for a week, she said, "It feels like my back finally woke up again." A gentleman in his 80s told me that he used to hold onto furniture just to walk to the bathroom after waking, and now he steps confidently because the stiffness is gone within minutes. What makes this stretch so effective is not strength, effort, or intensity. It's consistency. Your spine responds beautifully to small, gentle movements that communicate safety and care. And now that you understand why the stretch works so powerfully, let's walk through each step together in a way that feels natural, simple, and safe for every senior. The step-by-step stretch. Now that you understand why this stretch works so quickly, I want you to experience it the way I guide my own patients. We are not rushing. We are not forcing. This is a gentle, loving reminder to your spine that the day is beginning and that it is safe to wake up slowly. So settle into a comfortable position, either sitting on the edge of your bed or standing with your feet hip-width apart. Take a breath and let your body relax. Begin by sitting or standing tall. Imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling. This creates space in the spine and prepares your back for movement. You don't have to force anything, just feel yourself rising a little lighter, a little longer. Now place one hand lightly on your lower belly and gently engage your core. You're not tightening hard, you're simply waking up the deep muscles that help support your spine. Think of this as reminding your body, I'm here with you. Slowly reach your arms upward. Lift them as high as feels comfortable, even if it's only halfway. The goal is not perfection. The goal is length. As your arms rise, imagine your spine stretching like a tall tree reaching for sunlight. This movement alone begins rehydrating your discs and releasing pressure that built up overnight. Once your arms are lifted, lean ever so slightly to one side. Feel the gentle stretch along the opposite side of your back. Hold for a moment and breathe. This isn't about bending deeply, it's about opening the spaces that tightened during sleep. Then lean gently to the other side and breathe again. Bring your arms down and lift your chest softly without arching your lower back. Relax your shoulders. Let them drop away from your ears. This simple opening of the chest resets the posture that might have curled forward during the night. Now hinge forward just a little, keeping your back long rather than rounded. You don't need to reach for your toes. Even a small forward fold helps loosen the tight muscles in your lower back and hips. Imagine your spine as a dry sponge slowly absorbing water, softening with each breath. Finally, place your hands on your hips and guide yourself into a gentle extension. Lift your chest and look slightly upward. This opens the front of your body and balances the forward fold you just did. It unlocks the joints that often stiffen overnight. Take one more deep breath. Let your body settle. Notice how different your back feels already. In less than a minute, you've awakened the muscles that support you, rehydrated the discs that cushion you, and prepared your spine for a more comfortable day. In the next section, I'll share a few extra tips that help amplify the results of this stretch so your mornings can feel even better. Extra tips for fast back pain relief. Now that you've learned the morning stretch and felt how quickly it can ease the pressure in your lower back, I want to share a few simple habits that make the results even stronger. These habits aren't complicated. Many of them take less than a minute. But when you add them to your morning routine, they can completely transform how your back feels throughout the day. One of the most overlooked tools is hydration. When you first wake up, your spinal discs are at their driest point of the entire day. They've been without movement, without circulation, and without fresh hydration for hours. A glass of water in the morning isn't just good for your overall health. It literally helps your spine rehydrate from the inside out. I always tell my patients, before you ask your back to carry you through the day, give it a drink. Another helpful habit is gentle mobility before you fully stand upright. Many seniors try to sit up quickly or twist out of bed, and that sudden movement puts stress on stiff tissues that aren't ready yet. Instead, roll your shoulders a few times. Move your ankles in slow circles. Let your hips shift side to side. These tiny motions warm up the body and make your first steps feel steadier. Breathing is another powerful tool. When morning stiffness hits, most people automatically tense their muscles. Deep breathing releases that tension and signals to your nervous system that everything is safe. Inhale slowly through your nose. Let your lungs expand. Exhale through your mouth and feel your lower back soften just a little. It's amazing how quickly your body responds. Heat can also be incredibly comforting. A warm compress or heating pad for just a minute or two relaxes tight muscles and improves blood flow. It's like giving your back a gentle warm-up before you start moving. You don't need much time. Even short bursts of warmth can make motion easier. Strengthening is another key piece of long-term relief. I know the word strengthening can sound intimidating, but the exercises I'm talking about are simple and safe. Gentle glute squeezes, light core activation, or a few hip bridges. These movements teach the muscles that support your spine to engage again. Stronger muscles mean less strain on your back, especially in the morning when everything feels more vulnerable. One thing I always caution against is sudden twisting or bending in the early hours. Your spine may still be stiff, and a quick rotation can irritate nerves or strain muscles. Move slowly. Allow your body to warm up. Give your spine the same patience you would give a friend who's waking up from a deep sleep. I remember one patient who struggled with severe morning stiffness for years. She told me she felt like her back was turning to stone every night. When she added just 5 minutes of gentle movement each morning, a little stretching, a little breathing, a small sip of water, her mornings changed dramatically. She said, "I didn't know something so simple could make me feel so free again." These habits don't just reduce pain. They restore confidence. They remind you that your body can still respond, adapt, and improve. And when you combine them with the morning stretch we practiced earlier, your back begins to feel supported in a whole new way. Morning routine for seniors. Now that you've felt the power of a simple morning stretch and learned the small habits that support a healthier back, let's bring everything together into a gentle morning routine. This routine takes only 5 to 10 minutes, yet it can shape your entire day. I've taught it to hundreds of seniors, and the results are often surprising. People who once dreaded the first steps out of bed begin looking forward to their mornings again. Start by giving yourself 1 quiet minute of deep breathing. Sit at the edge of your bed with your feet on the floor and let your hands rest on your thighs. Inhale slowly and imagine the breath expanding through your lower back. As you exhale, feel the tension soften. This moment centers your body and calms your nervous system, preparing it for movement. Next, ease into a gentle spine-lengthening stretch. Lift your arms at a comfortable pace and grow tall through your torso. You're not trying to reach the ceiling. You're simply reminding your spine that it's time to wake up. This upward motion opens the spaces between your vertebrae and encourages fresh circulation to flow in. Hold the stretch for a few breaths and notice how your back begins to relax. Then move into hip and lower back mobility. Rotate your hips slowly in small circles or gently rock them forward and backward. Let your lower back follow the movement. These motions hydrate the discs, warm the surrounding muscles, and release stiffness that settled during the night. 2 minutes here can make a profound difference in how your back feels. After that, it's time to activate your core. You don't have to do anything challenging. A simple technique is to place one hand on your lower belly and gently tighten the muscles beneath your palm without holding your breath. Just a light engagement is enough. This wakes up the deep, stabilizing muscles that support your spine throughout the day. Finish with a minute or 2 of light movement. Walk slowly around your bedroom or down the hallway. Let your arms swing naturally. Feel how your steps become smoother as your body warms. This final part is like applying the finishing touch to a painting. It brings the whole routine together and helps your body transition from rest to activity. When you combine these simple steps, something remarkable happens. Your back doesn't feel shocked or strained. It feels prepared, supported, and ready. You walk into your day with more confidence, more comfort, and more control. And for many seniors, these few minutes become the most important part of their morning. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to take a deep breath and remember something important. Morning back pain is not a sign that your body is failing you. It isn't weakness, and it certainly isn't inevitable just because you're getting older. Most of the time, it's simply your body whispering for a little movement, a little warmth, and a little support after a long night of stillness. Your spine is far more resilient than you may believe. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s experience remarkable improvements with gentle, consistent habits. The body never truly stops responding. It just needs the right kind of care. And every small step you take is a way of telling your body, "I'm still here with you, and I'm willing to help." Think about everything your back has carried you through. Decades of work, stress, memories, joy, responsibility, children, grandchildren, and daily life. Your spine has held you upright through it all. Now is the perfect time to honor it with patience and gratitude. Not with harsh expectations, but with kindness. The morning stretch you learned today is a beautiful place to start. Add a glass of water to rehydrate your discs. Add a minute of gentle movement before standing fully upright. Practice better posture throughout the day, and build small daily habits that remind your spine that it is safe and supported. Relief is possible, healing is possible, and comfort is absolutely within reach when you give your body consistency and compassion. Before you go, I want to encourage you to stay informed, to practice this stretch every morning, and to share this video with someone who might need it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Senior Health Daily so we can continue this journey towards strength, confidence, and healthier days together. Your body isn't giving up. It's simply asking you to show up for it too. Let's keep moving forward, one gentle morning at a time.